Last time, you watched the universe switch on, and you were not in it. The Big Bang forged hydrogen, a quarter helium, a whisper of lithium. Not a single atom of you. Because the carbon in your hands has 6 protons, the infant universe could fuse only 1 or 2. To build you, the cosmos needed a furnace hotter than its own birth. It needed a star, and it needed that star to die. This is the story of that death, and your birth inside it. Wind the clock forward, 200 million years after the beginning. Cold gas, drifting in the dark. Gravity pulls the gas into knots. The knots heat. The knots ignite. The first stars switch on. Far from where Earth will ever be, thousands of light years away, an age before our sun was born, one star begins to burn. It is a giant, many times the mass of the sun blue-white, furious, doomed from birth. For millions of years, it does one thing: fuse hydrogen into helium. 4 nuclei crushed into one. Arthur Eddington guessed this in 1920, that stars eat the lightest atoms and shine on the difference. Helium ash sinks to the center. Quietly, the star is digging its own grave. Then the hydrogen at the core runs out. The central fire goes dark. Nothing now pushes back against gravity. The core falls inward on itself. Falling, it heats. 50 million degrees. 80, 100 million Kelvin. Hot enough that the ash itself catches fire. The helium begins to burn. But helium does not want to fuse. And here is the flaw that almost erased you. 2 helium nuclei collide and make beryllium, 8, a nucleus that is already falling apart as it forms. It survives for 1/10 quadrillionth of a second. Then it splits back in 2. In that vanishing instant, a third helium must strike it. The odds are almost nothing. By the cold arithmetic, carbon should barely exist. The universe should be sterile. You should be impossible. In 1953, an English astronomer named Fred Hoyle refused that answer. His logic was strange and total. I am alive. I am made of carbon. So carbon must form easily. There must be a hidden door. He predicted a precise resonance inside carbon, 12, at 7.65 million electron volts, that no instrument had ever recorded. He walked into William Fowler's lab at Caltech and told them where to look. They looked. It was exactly there. It is the only time in science someone deduced a fact about an atom from the fact that he was alive to ask. That hidden resonance is the door your atom would walk through. And even then, nothing should touch. Same charge nuclei repel. 100 million degrees is not enough. They only meet because of quantum tunneling, particles slipping through a wall they cannot climb. George Gamow saw it in 1928. So, deep in the collapsing core, 3 helium nuclei, the doomed beryllium, the third strike, tuned to Hoyle's door. And carbon, 12 is born. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, the backbone of every living thing, the first atom of you. The reaction has a name, the triple alpha process. 3 becoming 1. Impossible odds, made routine by a quirk in the math of the universe. Feel the conditions of your birth. 100 million degrees, packed 100,000 times denser than water. You were forged in a place that would vaporize a planet in an instant, and you held together. All around you, the same fire builds the rest of a body. Oxygen to breathe, nitrogen, the heavier ash of life. The star is monstrous now, bloated, a red supergiant, swollen 1,000 times wider than the sun. Drop it where the sun sits, and its surface would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars whole. Tonight, look at Betelgeuse, the red shoulder of Orion. That is the kind of dying star that made you. The full recipe was written in one paper in 1957. The Burbages, Fowler, and Hoyle. The elements are cooked in stars. Not made at the beginning. Made in the furnaces of dying giants. We are, exactly and literally, their ash. Carl Sagan said it without exaggeration. You are made of star stuff. This is the star. This is the stuff. Your atom now rests in the core, one among countless newborn siblings, glowing in the dark. It does not know it will one day be a heartbeat, a thought, a strand of DNA. It only waits. But the furnace is running out. Helium burns far faster than hydrogen, centuries, not ages. The star fuses carbon into heavier elements. It builds itself in layers, like an onion. Helium, carbon, oxygen, deeper and hotter. Your atom rides a cooler shell near the edge, spared the deepest fire, still holding its 6 and 6. And there it sits, finished, perfect, trapped, at the heart of a star with only one way to end. You were not born in a cradle. You were born in a death. The same gravity that lit this furnace is about to win for the last time. When it does, the star will not fade. It will detonate. Next time, the explosion that threw you across the galaxy. The death that forged you is about to hurl you into the dark at 1/10 of the speed of light.